So today's episode is going to be rather peculiar. The reason being is because of the story itself. Video Squadron Gamerman, Chapter 1, or The Invasion of the Cybernetic Evil. I don't know if the Invasion of the Cybernetic Evil is supposed to be the name of the chapter or the name of the story. It's a bit confusing because this is on DeviantArt, and even though there is supposedly more chapters, there are no links to said chapters, and this first chapter alone, is rather long. I am going to be reading it out loud. It might actually exceed the 3,000 limit, I'm not sure, but I know it's pretty long, so I'm either going to try to read the entire thing out loud, or I'm going to read it to a point and then maybe stop. It really depends, but I'm going to try to read it out loud. But the reason why this fanfiction, if I say it with quotations, is peculiar, is because, well, I was trying to look up the fandom, which the fandom I assumed was Video Squadron, but the thing is, it's not. You know, I found this wiki about this series of stories, and I'm going to read what the wiki says. Video Squadron Gamerman is the fourth installment of Super Animal Squadron. It is themed after video games similar to Denji Sentai Mega Ranger. So this is kind of like original work based off of video games. So technically this is not a fanfiction. I mean, I'll still read it just for this time, but I'd recommend in the future don't send stories like this my way because it's not technically a fanfiction. I mean, I guess because it's based after video games that are similar to this one particular game, perhaps, but I don't know. So, this will be an interesting read to say the least. So the author is Eli J. Brody, and this is on DeviantArt, and it was published back in January of 2018. So it has 7 favorites, 48 comments, and 1.7 views. The Invasion of Cybernetic Evil. Our story begins here at the Lupinson Arcade. This arcade is where kids and adults come to play video games, both old and new. This here is Jack Lupson, the owner of the arcade. Oh, it's in script formatting. Wonderful. Jack, good to see the arcade is running smoothly as usual. Jack then looked to see a young wolf. Oh, so this has animals, like anthropomorphic people in it. A young wolf in a red shirt, a white and tan hound dog in a white shirt and blue jacket, and a robot with a red head, yellow eyes, and top hat, and a colourful body. You don't need and commas at the same time. I mean, in some circumstances you can, but in that following sentence, no. Get rid of one or the other. The young wolf was Randy Wolfgang. Could you imagine if humans had last names that reflected that they are humans or primates? Hi, I'm Suan Primanson. Hey, look over there. And it's Andy Humantoe. Just have normal last names. Randy is Jack's nephew. The hound is William. Oh, I wanted to know what his last name was. Randy's best friend. And the robot is Headbot. 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 Could you be more original? Jack and Randy's robot help at the arcade. Randy and William were playing video games together. Headbot. Come on, Randy. You got him. You got him. Randy. One more tack and there. The screen shows winner. Randy, I won again. William, oh man, good going. Randy, shakes hands. Can we have more expressions, please? It's just very monotone so far. There's like no exclamation points or any of that things. Why not? Randy, I am the Gamerman champion. Been so ever since childhood. William, I am quite impressed that your uncle came up with this game. The game was called Gamerman, and it was a game where 2 players could play as different coloured rangers being red, white, blue, yellow and black. Are you sure you're not inspired by Power Rangers, dear? The game also had the option to give the player a helmet that reflected their species. Okay, so this is unofficially a Power Rangers fanfiction. We'll just add that to the tags, I suppose. Randy played as the Red Ranger, and had his helmet based upon a wolf like him, while William played as the White Ranger and chose a dog-shaped helmet. So where did your Uncle Jack come up with such an idea anyway? Oh, he watched this 90s television show about these kids that could transform into these rangers to fight evil. Randy. Well, I've asked him that question, and all he says is, I'll tell you one day. I don't know how soon I'll get to know, but these heroes do look pretty good in these suits. I wish we could do it for real. It was getting close to 7, which was the time the arcade closed. William. Oh, it looks like I better get home. See you in school tomorrow, Randy. Randy. Okay, see you, William. And William left. Later on, after everyone else left the arcade and it was closed, Randy and Headbot were helping Jack to unload the arcade game's coins. Randy decided to ask his uncle the question again. Randy. Uncle Jack, I am getting quite suspenseful about where you got the idea for Gamerman game. Who are the Gamermen anyway? Randy. Jack. Well, Randy, the Gamermen are a great group of heroes. There's a chance that one day they may actually come to life and save the Earth from a great evil. Randy. What sort of evil? Jack. It's really hard to say, but maybe one day we'll find out exactly. Headbot. I really don't like the idea of Earth being in any danger of evil. Randy. It would be quite exciting for it to happen, wouldn't it be, Headbot? Didn't Headbot just say he wouldn't fancy that? Headbot. Well. And there's nothing else. I'm assuming it's supposed to be well, but it should be well, ... not well with a comma. Jack. No worries, Headbot. Things will be alright. If there is ever any great evil that threatens Earth, you can bet the Gamermen will come in to save the day. Headbot. How can they, Master Jack? They're just virtual heroes in a video game. Jack. Maybe. They're more than just that, Headbot. Just wait and see. Headbot puts his hand on his head and sighs. Sigh. The next day at school, Randy was telling William all about the possibility of the Gamermen becoming real heroes one day. William. That would be so cool, Randy. Being able to see the Gamermen come to life. But what are the characters of whatever happening? Oh, I'm sorry, I misread that. What are the chances of that ever happening? Don't ask why I said characters. Randy. My Uncle Jack believes it just might, although Headbot isn't sure he'd want to see any evil ever threaten our world. Well, who would want to? I'm sorry, I wouldn't fancy seeing some evil thing coming over to destroy the Earth. It's like, no thank you, go away, bother some other planet. They then saw a dog and a monkey picking on a cat girl. Randy. Oh dear. William. It's Jake and Justin again. Up to their old tricks. Randy. Although they don't usually pick on little kids. They're picking on a Kasumi this time. I wonder what could be up. They went over to them. Jake. You talk quite funny there, little missy. Justin. Where did you learn to talk? Random word form. Kasumi. Speaking in Japanese, something that shows she's scared. You could have actually written it in Japanese. We didn't have to understand what it said, but you could have just written it. Whatever. Randy. Quit it, boys. Justin. Oh look, it's that wolf boy whose uncle made those video game heroes. Jake. So you think those heroes will become real? They're nothing but video game images. William. Enough of this, guys. Where's the emotion? It's just all like, enough of this, guys. Stop. Stop picking on her. Naughty, naughty. You stop that now. Why are you still picking on her? Why aren't you stopping when I tell you to stop? Oh, the calamity. Stop. Leave Kasumi alone. She doesn't talk funny. She just talks differently. Don't you know she's from another country? Those aren't random words she's speaking. They're real words, just in a different language. Jake. We, like to stay and chat. Justin. But we got more important business to attend to. Bye. And the two of them left. Katsumi was still cowering on the floor until Randy helped her up. Okay, now they're kind of speaking in Japanese. Kasumi. Arigato, Randy. I never got bothered by Jake and Justin before. William. What did you say before? Kasumi. What? Arigato? That just means thank you in Japanese. I was singing a song I had growing up in Japan that I've stuck onto ever since, and those boys heard me and saw a chance of picking on me. Randy. That was not right of them to do that. You can't help it if you speak differently. Kasumi, I know. Kasumi was a white girl cat whose family came from Japan. Kasumi had to learn English for when she went to school, but sometimes she was talking Japanese whenever she got nervous or was talking to herself. But she did have 2 good friends by her side. Randy, if you want to, maybe when we get home from school, we could all go to the arcade and play a game. Kasumi, what sort of game? Randy, my uncle's game, Gamerman. It's kind of a stupid name for a game too, Gamerman. Kasumi, you mean that game your uncle made? Isn't that what he just said? That is what he just said. My uncle's game, Gamerman. Kasumi, oh, your uncle's game that he made? I've heard from the other kids that is one of the best games at the arcade. I would really like to play that. Randy, great. Later that day, the 3 friends showed up at the arcade where there were some kids playing. Kasumi, well, Randy, you got a pretty nice arcade. It must be great to have an uncle that could run something like this. Randy, it's pretty great, isn't it? They went over to the Gamerman game, but some kids were already playing it. Kasumi, so this is the game. Randy, yes it is. We'll wait for these kids to finish before trying it out. Well, you don't really have a choice there. Kasumi, right. Kasumi watched the kids play the game, and she thought the game looked like fun. She couldn't wait to try it out. After the kids had won their game, they went off and Randy and Kasumi took over. Randy, alright. Now, I often like to select red and select the wolf helmet. What about you? Kasumi, well, obviously I'm going to choose to be a cat. But what colour should I pick? Hey, I wonder what colour she's going to pick. She's a white cat. I bet she's going to pick black. She looked over at the other 4 rangers for a white. Then she made her decision. For a while. And then she made her decision. Kasumi, I'll go with AO. Randy, AO. Kasumi, I mean blue. Okay, I guess she didn't choose white. I think there is a white one, so. I mean, at least she kind of changed things up a little bit. Oh, blue. It's a nice colour choice. So they started to play the game for a bit and William watched. Jack and Headbot then showed up. Jack, William, I see you're here as usual. William, sure, Mr. Loopson. Headbot, don't you usually play Gamerman with Randy? William, yes, but he's got somebody else to play with this time. It's Kasumi, a girl from our school. Randy invited her over to play the game. She's never played the game before. Jack, well, it's nice for a newcomer to come see how the game is played. Randy and Kasumi played the game for a while until Randy won the game. Kasumi, oh, you got me. Randy, don't worry, you'll get better at it. Turns to see Jack and Headbot. Oh, how long have you guys been standing there? Jack, long enough. Randy, Kasumi, this is my Uncle Jack, the owner of the arcade. Jack, hello Kasumi. Randy, and this is Headbot, our robot assistant. Kasumi, a robot? Wow, I've never seen a robot before. Headbot, really? Your first robot, huh? Kasumi, wow, he spoke. I didn't know robots could speak. Headbot, it's part of my programming. I can even speak over 100 languages. Kasumi, even Japanese. Headbot, Nihijin. Subtitles, even Japanese. Well, you don't say. I kind of figured that I said that. Kasumi, Sabarashi. Subtitles, amazing. I'm sorry if I'm not good at, obviously I'm not good at speaking Japanese, so if I'm not saying it correctly, I do apologize. Out in the city, something unexpected happened. Oh, okay, here comes the plot. A large wormhole appeared in the sky, and out came a giant spaceship along with a smaller spaceship attached to it, with a smaller spaceship, I should say. Everyone in the city saw it and wondered what it was. It soon came onto the news. Female calling on TV. News reports that a giant spaceship has just come out of a wormhole and is now in the city. Where this spaceship came from is a good mystery. Maybe it came from outer space. You never know. Well, we will report when we find out more information. William, a giant spaceship. Jack, hey, this sounds like a pretty good story. No, it... Headbot. Sorry. Randy, Uncle Jack, it's just a spaceship. What story could do that? What story could that do? I meant to say. Jack, do we know anything about this spaceship? They just said that they didn't. Wow. And I'm not even halfway done. William, no, and I'd much rather not know. Jack, come on, it'll be fun, let's go check it out. Headball, oh, I have a bad feeling about this. Jack, Headball, and the three friends then went out to see the spaceship in the sky. Up on the spaceship, the pilot of the ship, named Giga Lord, was looking out the windows. Giga Lord.
So, this is Earth, huh? The home of all those people who threatened the lives of my queen's army.
Holds up a large green chip.
Don't worry, my queen. I'll plug you in soon, but first we must settle somewhere.
He then notices the smaller ship that was attached.
What? Ugh.
Gets out of the chair and walks over to the back to see the smaller ship.
So, that troublemaker has chosen to follow me into this dimension. Well, you won't be interfering with my plans conquering this world.
Gigalord went over to the controls and started to shake the ship back and forth to try and knock the mini-ship off. Gigalord.
Almost there.
Then the smaller ship detached from the large spaceship. Gigalord.
Now, to make sure you don't cause anything else stupid,
goes to the controls and pushes a button which fires a missile at the small ship, causing it to fall to the ground.
Bye-bye, you traitor.
The friends saw the smaller ship get knocked off from the larger one. Randy, that smaller ship is falling to the ground. You don't say. What's with everyone stating the obvious? William, but didn't you see that missile from the larger ship knocked it away? I'm betting that the pilots of each ship aren't on the same side. No, it's just playful banter, you know. Oh, you attacked me, you sassy little thing. I'm going to attack you next. Kasumi, then who's on our side and who's not? Jack, let's follow the smaller ship. It looks like it's heading for the park. They followed the smaller ship as it fell towards the ground. It must have been falling really slowly and crashed into the park. They got there and saw what had happened. The small ship was a bit smoking at the moment as they got closer. Well, that's all. Why are they surprised by that? Kasumi, what do you think it could be? What is that? You know it's a ship. Maybe she meant who could it be inside, I suppose. Randy, it could be some sort of dangerous alien, and yet they keep approaching it. William, do you think it's a really good idea to check it out, though? Then suddenly the hatch of the ship started the open. Started the open. Don't you mean to open? Smoke came out of the ship as a figure climbed out. Then two glowing red eyes came out. As the smoke cleared, it showed a threatening-looking robot that had blue armor around its body and had a fox-like face. Headbot. It's a killer robot. We're doomed. Then the fox robot gave a less scary-looking face. Fox robot. Killer robot. I wouldn't dream of that. Randy. Huh? Who are you? Fox robot. Oh, very sorry. I guess I gave kind of a scary image there. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Vix. That is short for Visual Information Exobyte. I probably said that wrong and I'm sorry. I came from cyberspace after my brother, Gigalord. Oh wait, that's supposed to be related. I should probably change his voice then. But is Gigalord supposed to be a robot too? Your brother. Okay. Well, I guess I'll just stick with the voices that I've made up for these characters. Vix. That larger ship that I had been following belongs to my older brother, Gigalord. He created that wormhole to come into this world, but I was sent to go after him. He's threatening to destroy the Earth unless I do something to stop him. Jack, we better get you back to my arcade. Oh yes, an arcade's going to protect you all. We saw everything on the news and I bet people will think you're trying to threaten the Earth too. Back at the arcade, Jack had Vix over at his workshop along with Randy, William, Kasumi, and Headbot. Vix. Thank you for getting me to safety, guys. Randy. Not a problem. So, could you explain to us about what is going on, Vix? Didn't he already explain what's going on? He already said what's going on.
I'd be happy to. You see, cyberspace was once a peaceful world where computer information could travel from your Earth's computers. But then, my evil creator, Queen Vera, had come in to try and destroy it. She created both me and my older brother, Gigalord, for the intent of taking over the cyber world.
So, you're actually an evil robot, said Randy.
Vix, I am not an evil robot. At least not anymore anyway, but when Queen Vera first created me, I was. However, something made me realize how bad taking over cyberspace was. And one day, when Queen Vera sent me, Vera, I keep saying it wrong, to go and launch an attack on King Cerberus's castle, I instead warned him about Vera's threats to his castle.
Oh, flashback.
Vix's voiceover. When Queen Vera heard I had betrayed her, she came to the castle herself and battled against King Cerberus, as he was protecting me from Vira's wrath.
The fight between Vira and Cerberus continued until Cerberus knocked Vira to the ground.
His voiceover again. When the king got Vira knocked down to the ground, he got out a large computer chip and used it to suck Queen Vira inside.
A cord from the chip comes out and attaches itself to Vira. FB Vira.
Ah! You will pay for this, Cerberus!
Right, I think that's how you say it. Get sucked into the chip. Vix's voiceover.
Cerberus planned on sending the chip with Queen Vira inside a black hole where all cyber criminals went. However, before he had the chance, Gigalord showed up and had stolen the chip away.
Cuts to the present day.
Vix, the good news was Gigalord couldn't bring back Vira from inside of the chip. But the bad news was...
Cuts to the flashback again.
Vix's voiceover. He managed to figure out a way to create a wormhole to Earth. He decided that if Vira couldn't destroy cyberspace, he'd go to Earth and take care of all the people there. King Cerberus told me that I had to follow after Gigalord. So right before the ship went through the wormhole, I attached myself to the ship as we both got sucked in.
Flashback ends. Oh my god, it's still Vix talking.
However, Gigalord fired a missile at me and knocked me to the ground, where you then found me.
Because our heroes are that oblivious that they have to have everything that they just saw right before their eyes explained to them a second time around.
Jack,
so how come your brother is planning on destroying Earth now?
He's a servant of the Queen, you bloody imbecile. That's why he's attacking the Earth. He just sold the bloody Christ.
Wow. 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 And more dialogue from Bloody Vix. If I had known that he was going to be speaking this much, I wouldn't have given him such a bloody obnoxious voice.
Well, you know how all those antivirus programs you use on your Earth's computers to eliminate viruses. In actuality, those viruses are soldiers of Vira's army. Every time an antivirus program is installed, some members of Vira's army die. So Gigalord wants to get revenge on Earth for all those people who made those programs to kill Vira's soldiers.
Randy, wow, I knew antivirus programs were important, but I didn't know we were actually killing evil this whole time. Kasumi, is there anything we can do, though? It doesn't look like you can just stop Gigalord on your own.
Vix, I wasn't planning to. Cerberus actually sent me to find those who can defeat him.
We're just gonna find someone to deal with our own problems. We're just gonna have the people of the Earth themselves defeat this problem that was originally ours. William, and where are you going to find somebody like that? Jack, well guys, I think this might be the best time to reveal something. Jack went over to Headbot and started turning his head.
Headbot, wait, what are you? Not this again.
Jack screwed Headbot's head right off.
Kasumi, oh my goodness.
Randy, It happens all the time. Headbot's head can be screwed off. It's because he also happens to be a storage container. How charming. And then Jack pulled out 5 Game Boy-looking devices. William, what are those, Mr. Loopson? Jack, these are your Gamerman changes. Randy, Gamerman changes. Yes, I created them a long time ago. Screws Headbot's head back on. Remember when I said the Gamermen would become real heroes one day? William, yeah. Well, today's the day that finally happens, and the Gamermen are you. I've been breeding my nephew and his friends, you know, these children, mind you, to be superheroes for the Earth when I predicted that the Earth was going to get attacked by aliens. Best uncle ever! Bloody Christ. Randy, us, Kasumi, but I thought it was just a game. Jack, it was a training simulation. Oh, even better. You 3 are just the first members of Video Squadron Gamerman. Kasumi, first 3? William, you mean there are more? Jack, yes, but we don't have the other 2 with us right now. But we'll be sure to soon. Each of you take one of the Gamerman changes. Randy, well, I'll go ahead and take the red one. William, I'm white, Kasumi, and I'm blue. Oh no, now I know why she didn't take the white one. It's because William already took it. Headbot, Master Jack. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to do his voice. Master Jack, what about the black and yellow ones? Jack, don't worry, I'm sure we'll find someone worthy of using these soon. Now, in order to access their powers, you must say install, and then say a certain word after that. Randy, your word is fighting. William, yours is music. And Kasumi, yours is racing. Once you've said them, spell out Gamerman on your changes, and you'll transform. That seems like an awful lot of work. Then Vix's eyes started flashing. Randy, what's going on with Vix? Vix, it's Gigalord. He came down to inspect my pod. I think you need to go back and make sure he doesn't do anything too awful. Randy, sure thing. Let's go, guys. And the 3 of them headed off. Vix, now, Jack, I want to ask you to do a favor for me. Jack, sure, Vix, what is it? Vix, is it possible you could try to make me into a real fox? Jack, real fox? Well, I don't know about that, but I could try to make you look like one. I'm sure I've some supplies around here, such as rubber, some fake fur. Get some out of the drawers. I'll see if I can do something. Vix, it's not gonna hurt, will it? Jack, shouldn't be. Now just hold still. Headbot, shame she can't take her head off like I can. Oh, she's supposed to be a girl. Oh. Oops. Well, maybe when she gets her new body, I'll change up her voice. Maybe I'll just read in my normal voice. Then holding still would be very easy for her. Vix, it's already easy for me. I'm not so jumpy given that I'm a robot. Jack got to work on Vix's face. Meanwhile, at the park, you know, you could be saving this for later when there's not an attack going on. But I digress. I want to look like a real fox. Gigalord went down to inspect the pod. Well, the pod has crashed. What about Vix? Looks into the cockpit to find her gone. Why, she's not there. She must have escaped. But where could she have gone? Just then, Randy, William, and Kasumi showed up. Randy, hold it right there, Gigalord. Gigalord, so you Earthlings must have taken Vix to safety, eh? It won't do you much good, though. Even if I don't destroy her, I'll still find a way to bring my mistress back. So your sister is your mistress? Or is it the Queen that's your mistress? Randy, you won't be taking over our Earth. Guys, let's go. Install fighting. Types in Gamerman and then gets destroyed. The end. I'm joking. It doesn't actually end. As the computer spells out the word, then it says it and he transforms into Gamer Red. Whoa. That's all he could say was whoa. Maybe whoa because he's like, whoa, that was really lame. William, how cool. Now it's my turn. Install music. Types the same as before and becomes Gamer White. Kasumi, install Racer, types the word and becomes Gamer Blue. Randy, the fighting hero, Gamer Red. William, the musical hero. Oh no, if you're going to be a musical, you need to sing it. The musical hero, Gamer White. Kasumi, the racing heroine, Gamer Blue. Randy, video squadron, all, Gamerman. Gigalord, Gamerman. Randy, by the order of Vix, you and your mistress are going down. The three of them then charged to battle Gigalord. Gigalord then got out a large blade. Gigalord, why don't you try this out? Uses the sword to knock Randy and William away one by one. Kasumi grabs the sword. Gigalord, huh? Kasumi pulls it from Gigalord's hand and tosses it away. Racer speeds into Gigalord. Gigalord, gah! William gets up. Musical blast! Waves from his hands to come out and attacks Gigalord. Does a little tap dance along the way to do pow. Not really, I just added that in. I lost my place. Gigalord, ew! Ah! Randy, wolf attack. Wow. Gets out his claws and attacks Gigalord some more. Gigalord, ah! That had to hurt. Obviously it did hurt. Did you actually not get hit? Why would you say what? Gets out a blaster and blasts at the three. Randy. William, use your sound barrier at him. William, my pleasure. Uses the sound barrier to reflect the blast back to Gigalord. Gigalord, you've put up with a fight, Earthlings, but I think I should be wasting time with you. In the distance, as Gigalord is talking, a white mouse guy see the parked ship and goes on board it. Wow, that was like the worst sentence I've ever read. Gigalord, I'll find ways to get my queen back from that ship that dreaded Siberis sealed her up in. Once we do that, both worlds will be doomed. Walks over to the ship as it closes off and goes back into space. Randy, he got away. Kasumi, we shouldn't worry for now. We should work on getting the other members to our team so we'll be complete for the next time he comes down for an attack. William, I sure hope Vix will be alright with us. Up in space, Gigalord held the chip out in front of the ship's computer. Gigalord, I might not be able to get Vira out, but I should at least be able to talk with her by placing this chip into the ship's computer. Installs the chip. Upon putting the chip into the computer, the screen on the computer turned on and said loading, then a large red robotic queen's face appeared on the screen. Gigalord, my queen, it's good to see you. Bows. Vira, what's happened? Where am I? Gigalord, you're on the ship. Siberis sealed you away of the What? Siberis sealed you away instead of a computer chip. And what? Don't you mean inside of a computer chip? I think they meant to say inside. And was planning to send you back into a black hole, but I managed to steal the chip and opened up a wormhole to get to Earth. Vira, Earth? Why Earth? Gigalord, I figured that in order to take over cyberspace, we first have to take over Earth, destroy those Earthlings who were responsible for all of our soldiers that we lost in battle. Vira, I suppose destroying Earth would be able to work out, but how will I be able to overthrow Siberis if I'm stuck in a computer screen? Gigalord, I will try to figure out some way to get you out. In the meantime, we could create soldiers to battle against the new heroes that Vix has made friends with, the Gamerman. Vira, the Gamerman? My traitorous daughter is working for a team called the Gamerman to try and stop our conquest of cyberspace. When I get out of this computer, I'll make her pay for this. Just then, they heard a noise on the ship. Vira, what was that? Gigalord, who else is on the ship? Gigalord, it's just me, my queen. Nobody else on board, or should be. They then heard footsteps coming closer. Gigalord walked forward. Gigalord, who's there? Show yourself. Then the mouse figure appeared. Oh, I'm Mickey Mouse. Hi. Not really. Don't ask why I did that. Mouse, relax! I've come to help you! Gigalord.
You, a pathetic earthling, help me!
Mouse. My name is Moody Squeak. I used to work for this wolf man called Jack Lupinson in developing his Gamerman series, but my ideas got rejected for multiple reasons. Gigalord.
So, you want to have revenge on this Jack guy?
Morty. Of course! I can help you create an army of soldiers to battle against Gamerman. Gigalord.
What do you say, my queen? Should we trust him?
Vira.
He might be of some use. You can use the ship's computer to design soldiers and bring them out as actual living beings. Can you also try to bring me back as well?
Morty. I can create new beings, but existing ones may be a bit hard. Haha. But I'll try whenever I can to create a body for you. Vira.
I think this guy is just what we need, Gigalord. Soon the Earth and cyberspace will be ours.
Back at the arcade, Randy, William, and Kansui had gotten back, and had taken their costumes off. Randy, guys, we're back. William, we weren't able to defeat Gigalord. He got away. Jack, hey, it was you kids' first try. Once the complete team is here, you should be able to do better. By the way, Vix asked me to give her a little change. Everyone then saw that Vix's face looked more realistic to an actual fox. Randy, wow, Uncle Jack, you made Vix look like a real fox and not a robot. Vix.
Actually, I want it to be made into a real fox, but this is the best your uncle can do for me right now, Randy. Your first battle against Gigalord is only the beginning on what he might have in store for you next. Gigalord and I created thousands of viral soldiers to invade cyberspace when we both worked for Vira, but Gigalords were much worse, so be on the lookout for them.
Kasumi, if you can make soldiers invade cyberspace, couldn't you also do that to make soldiers to save Earth? Vix. Oh god, another flashback. Ugh. Okay, let's do the Vix voice.
It's not that simple. Our only means of doing so was on the computer in Vira's ship, but that was not how Gigalord and I were brought into this world.
Flashback. Vix's point of view.
Vira built us from robotic parts with her own 2 hands. She wanted to make sure we never made any mistakes. First she created Gigalord, making him the stronger and smarter of the pair. Then she created me, the little sister and lackey of the group.
Flashback ends. Why did you even need a flashback for that to begin with? Vix. And she's still bloody talking!
But I was able to overcome the evil inside of me. I couldn't let anything happen when I saw Cyberus' castle. I wasn't sure if I was doing the right thing, but then I thought if I continued to be evil, I'd be doing the wrong thing. So I decided that there was nothing wrong with betraying my mistress if I was doing it so for good. The 3 members of the video game Squadron...
Oh, I guess she's no longer talking. The 3 members of the video game Squadron Gamerman have been awakened, but there are still 2 more to join the team. Will the Gamermen be prepared for anything Gigalord throws at them? Find out next time. To be continued. No, thank you. I've read enough, thank you. I'm not... No. No, thank you. That was... No. No, that was... Yeah. I mean, I don't really know how else to describe that story in reality. It was boring to read. It was... kind of made no sense. The dialogue was really bad. The script formatting made it very jarring. Like, to the point that I was mixing up my voices so badly. Huh. So, right. I can't really say if any of the characters were in character or not, because apparently this is its own original story that's loosely based off a video game / Power Rangers. I don't know why this was sent my way, because to me this isn't a fanfiction. So, yes, I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't good either. No, not really sure what else to say on this, to be frank. Really not sure what else I can say. Well, if you liked today's episode, please be sure to leave a like and leave a comment. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. I'll see you on the next episode. Until then, cheerio.